Hey guys, this is Cody Jones with Angus Genetics LLC. Just wanted to make a quick video today talking about buying beef in bulk. So we're talking wholes, halves, and quarters. So the big benefit for you is that you're getting all the cuts of meat for the price of burger. So yeah, you're getting your ground beef, you're getting your steaks, you're getting your roasts, all for the price of burger. It's a really good way to feed your family on a budget. And the reason that you get that budget price is it saves us time and energy. We're not storing the meat. We don't have to have a storefront. We're dealing directly with you, and we enjoy that customer interaction. We don't get as much of that as we want to because you're picking it up from the processor. But if you have any questions or anything, we're happy to answer them. If you ever want to come out and see the farm, see the cattle, give us a call. We're happy I enjoy the face-to-face interactions with my customers. So happy to answer questions, anything like that. But saving the time, saving the storage and stuff like that, we can pass those savings on to you and your family. So when you're buying a whole, half, or quarter right now, we've got a few going in mid-December, and we're looking at just a straight fee. We're getting these beeves as close to 1,000 pounds as possible, which for our frame score and everything, that's just about right. It's a good finish, good condition. Fall and winter, early winter is the best time to butcher grass-fed beef. The meat quality is the best. The animal's been storing up fat for the winter time, so everything is it's going to be the best meat quality you can get. That's why we process right now. These beeves are going into R&R locker in a vase. They do a great job. Like working with them. We've got a few other lockers we work with sometimes. But R&R's close. We like dealing local, and it's a short trip for you guys too. Everything's vacuum sealed. We think that's important for the meat quality and the longevity of it, especially if you're going to buy a whole or a half. That meat's going to store for a good long time, and still be just as good as the day you put it in the freezer. So our price for these beeves is $2,000 for a whole, and that's you have to buy to buy it in bulk. You have to buy the animal. You have to buy the animal by the live weight from us. You're basically buying the live animal that we take it to the locker for you, and then you're going to pay the locker a processing fee. And so the processing fee right now with the lockers we're working with is about $60 to $70 for the butcher fee, and then based on the hanging weight, so you have the live weight that we're selling, and then you've got the hanging weight, which is going to be, minus all the extra stuff that you're not going to eat, that should be about 62%. So about on 1,000 pound beef, you're looking about 620 pounds of hanging weight, or on the rail, another way you would hear that. The terminology, don't get caught up in that. We're going to estimate that about $500 for that whole. That's a little high, but we don't want you to get sticker shock. So estimate about $500, and that'll take care of that for a whole. And then what's that leave you with? So that's going to leave you with about 400 pounds of meat. That's so $2,000 for the animal, $500 for the processing about that, and then 400 pounds of meat. That's all for the price of that. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal on hamburger. We want to treat you as fairly as possible. This is a great product. We feed it to our family. We've really been enjoying it. We believe in it, the health benefits and the environmental benefits of running grass-fed beef. And if you ever have any questions about how we run it or anything like that, feel free to give us a call. We want to be very transparent, and I want you to understand and know what you're eating and enjoy this experience. And we want you to come back and buy some more from us in the future. So we definitely back our product. So what happens? So you call us, text us. If you email us, my wife's going to check that. I'm bad about it. Or Facebook messages, however you get in contact, you place your order. You call us, you place your order for a quarter, half, or whole. We're going to take it to the locker for you. That's going to be, again, this time it's going to be R&R processing on the 14th and 15th. The locker is going to butcher the animal. We like to get paid before you pick up the meat, so we usually ask that you pay us on the day we take the animal in. They're going to process it on the 14th or 15th, whatever day it goes in, and then they're going to let it hang for a week or two. So that all depends on the processor and the back fat on the meat. But basically, what they're doing is they're letting the carcass cool off, and they're improving the flavor and the tenderness. And when they feel like it's time, they're going to give you a call. They're going to ask, especially if you've got a whole or a half, they're going to call you and say, hey, how would you like your cuts? So the locker's great at this. If you have any questions, I'm happy to walk through my experience. But the locker, they've done this a lot. They do this every day. They do it for a living. They'll answer questions for you. If you need a recommendation, totally ask them. It works out great. We like the people that we work with, at the processing facilities that we work with. They're great. They're great to answer questions. So basically, they're going to ask you, how much burger do you want in a package, a pound or two? How do you want your steak cut, the thickness, the packaging? If there's any cuts of meat that you don't know about, you can ask them, say, I don't know what to do with that. Or we just like that turned into burger. We're not going to eat that. Or no, we don't need any of that. So there's a lot of flexibility when you get into the halves and the wholes. The quarters are going to be, basically you're splitting that with somebody else. So you're splitting a half. So on that, your flexibility goes down. You're splitting it. It's cheaper. It's a good way to get into it if you've never ordered beef in quantity before. But your cuts have to be more standardized. You can't get, a really thick steak and then somebody else, they're not going to want that. So you've got to standardize those things a little bit. But ask the locker, they'll work with you as much as they can and help you out. But just expect that's got to be more standardized than getting a half or whole. So we took it in, it hung for a week or two. They called you up, you got your cut sheets, and then you're going to go and pick it up. So you'll pick it up at the locker, you'll pay processing. They'll let you know how much that is when you pick it up. And then they're going to bring out a cart with a bunch of bags on it. So what I like to do, if I'm putting it in the back of my car or my truck or whatever I'm going to haul the meat in, ideally you can put it in a cooler is the best way, especially if you have a long trip. Put it in a cooler. But if not, I like to put down a big trash bag or something, just because that meat's going to sweat a little bit. It's been in the freezer. So after they cut it up, they freeze it, and then they'll put it in the back of your car for the ride home. But so I like to have a layer there just to keep my car from getting wet. But they're going to bring the meat out. It's going to be 25 to 55 pound bags, so it's pretty heavy. If you're don't feel like packing around 55-pound bags into your house, you might want to get a few smaller sacks, Walmart sacks or whatever, ready to carry that into your freezer space. So we talked about on a whole, you're going to get 400 pounds of beef, just about. So you got to have a pretty good sized freezer for that. You're not going to fit, even a quarter of beef's not going to fit in that little box above your refrigerator. It's a big advantage to have one. You've always got meat. It's a great way to do it. We've got a little deep freeze, which is a chest type. It's on the ground. If you're going to buy a deep freeze, I like the uprights if you want to be able to see everything and access and know in 5 years, oh yeah, that's in there. If you put something in the bottom of a chest freezer, it gets lost in there sometimes. So we've got one of each, and the new stuff goes in the deep freeze, and then the stuff that we're getting ready to eat goes in the upright for me. But a quarter of beef, it's probably going to take up a good chunk of a little freezer, like a little, I think we've got a 3x4, and a quarter of beef is going to take up probably about half of that, maybe a little less. Whole beef would definitely fill that up and probably have a little extra. So something to think about when you're shopping for a deep freeze. Make sure you're going to have enough room. If you have any questions or anything like that, or sometime you want to come check out the farm, maybe in the future we'll do some farm tour days too. I like being able to talk to my customers. That face-to-face interaction is important. You'll notice in this process, I'm not there. Again, we get to add that savings to your wallet, and that's good. But come see the farm sometime. We're happy to give you a little tour or whatever. We actually only live 3 or 4 miles down the road, so if you wanted to swing by, that'd be fine too. Just give us a call and give us a heads up. We appreciate your business. We believe in our product. It's a great product. The health benefits of the grass-fed beef are awesome. These animals are getting out. They're getting exercise. They're living the way cattle want to be living, and always getting fresh food get a variety of different plants in their diet. That all comes out in the quality of the meat, and also the environmental impact of running grass-fed cattle in a regenerative way is awesome. And I'm happy to share those benefits sometime too if you're curious about them. But watch our other videos. If you have any questions, give us a call. If you'd like to place an order, we'd love to feed you and your family, and we really appreciate it. So you guys have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And if you need some beef again next year, let us know. Thank you.